das Ganze einmal auf. So, wir sind auf jeden Fall ready, Freunde. Ganz, ganz kurz für diejenigen, die noch keine Ahnung haben, wer Chris Derrick ist, okay? Er ist ein offizieller Go-Live-Educator unserer Firma, aber was ich dir noch vorab sagen kann, ist, dass seine Story, dass seine Geschichte mit einer der inspirierendsten Geschichten ist, die ich jemals gehört habe. Und er hat mich gerade eben auch gefragt, ob es ein bestimmtes Thema gibt, worauf er eingehen soll. Ich habe ihn darum gebeten, dass er auch noch mal ein bisschen was über seine Story erzählt, weil ich das einfach so inspirierend finde. Ja, er war eine Person, er war ein Mensch, ja, der er nicht sein wollte. Er hat sich selber zum Teil gehasst. Er hat die Person gehasst, die er war. Und heute, ja, gehört er zu den diszipliniertesten Persönlichkeiten, die ich je in meinem gesamten Leben kennengelernt habe. Ja, und deswegen ist er einfach für mich so ein riesen Mentor und so eine riesen Inspiration. Ich war mal auf einem Mentorship-Call von ihm, wo er im Teamcall von Marvin Gramminger gesprochen hatte. Und ich war hin und weg gerissen. Deswegen, wenn ich euch eins raten kann, oder ich rate es nicht, ihr dürft es mir mal zeigen. Seid ihr ready für diesen Call, Freunde? Seid ihr ready für diesen Call? Seid ihr sowas von ready für diesen Call? Zeig mal her, ey, so viele Leute, die sich gerade davor weigern, Papier und Stift hier in die Kamera zu zeigen. Go, go, wo? Zeig her, let's go. Okay, 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 sehr nice, sehr nice. Lasst uns diese Chatbox wirklich aktiv halten, Freunde, damit er wirklich sieht, dass es sich lohnt, dass er sich für uns die Zeit nimmt, okay? Dass er nicht hier irgendwie einfach nur so Selbstgespräche führt, sondern dass ihr Antworten gebt in dieser Chatbox. Wenn er was Geiles droppt, dann hau das rein, dass du das gerade geil fandest, okay? Lass ihn spüren, dass du da bist. Lass ihn spüren, dass du da bist. So, Chris, I just like edified you in German real quick, and we do appreciate your time. So it's not normal for a personality like you to take your time. For us, for the German squad, to teach us, to coach us, to share your story with us, because I've heard you in a German team call. I think like a year ago for the first time, and it was like I heard your story, and it was like from the second I've heard your story, you've been like one of my biggest mentors. You've been like one of my biggest inspirations. I cannot wait to learn from you again. I cannot believe that you just took your time for us, and we do appreciate you. So I don't wanna steal your time. I appreciate your time. So thanks for being here. The German squad loves you. Leute, zeigt es ihm mal in dieser Chatbox, wie dankbar wir gerade für ihn sind. And then I would say the stage is yours. Appreciate you. Let's go. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yo, I really appreciate the love, and I really appreciate the support, and like it truly does mean a lot to me. And I thank you guys a lot. You guys' energy is contagious. It's a little bit different. We got to teach the Americans a little bit how to like have high energy. But I really do appreciate this. I really do appreciate you guys having me on this call. And I've never said no to the German team ever. Okay. Maybe it's because you guys are my biggest like hype men and women when I go to the events. I feel super special. I think at one point, I don't know what team it was, but they picked me up, and like, I don't know, they're just felt like a celebrity or something. But I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to make sure that I give as much value, as much practical value to help you guys, because my main focus is not specifically for me. It's to share what was shared with me for you guys, to help you guys get to the next level. Okay. Who's excited? Who's excited about the future? Who's excited about what the company is doing? I'm still getting used to these lights, so it's like so bright, but if I turn it off, it'll look really bad. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll talk about my story, and then I'll go over some practical, pieces of information that will help you in your trading career, and also help you building this business, because I really feel that IM is a whole thing. Like it's a business plan. I didn't really see it in that way until I heard Chris Terry speak in Miami a couple months ago. And I've heard him speak a lot. Okay. For my journey in this, I've been in since 2015. And when he spoke at that time frame over a couple months ago, he broke this whole business down as a business plan. Like he broke it down so structured, talking about like creating capital, putting into everything, putting into dividend stocks, putting into yield farming and staking, and putting into real estate when the market crashes. Like, I was just like, yo, he just creates this constant surplus of wealth that anytime is to strike, to invest, and to do the right thing, you have the money to do so. And who here wants to be able to do that? So I want you guys to see this as a true business plan and see yourself as a professional and see yourself as a person who is massively successful. Because a lot of times we come into this, it's very easy just to be like blah, to be whatever. You know, there's one person I was listening to on his videos, and he said in this industry alone, we are the most replaceable and dispensable relationship in people's lives. Do you guys understand that? Think about it. People could have toxic families, they could have toxic relationships, and they'll keep them around because they're used to what's familiar. It's what keeps them alive in a way. But you have a mentor. You know how easy it is right now to turn off your video and just to leave? You know how easy it is to like block and not ever talk to those people again unless you see them at like the supermarket or something and you're like, oh no, here we go. You know, how come you haven't been to the events? What's going on? But this is the most dispensable relationship, this business, these educators, these mentors. So when you think of it in that context, why is that? Why do we push away the people that are great for us? Why do we push away opportunities that help us become better? Why do we do that? And the reason why we do that, because I've been studying a lot on why we think the way we think, is based off the way that you care about yourself. It's based on the way that you think of yourself. The way that you think of yourself is going to carry off into the way that you treat others, because you treat others the way you treat yourself. So if you're a leader in this business, and obviously if you're on this call, you're all leaders. If you're a leader of one is a leader of many. If you're a leader, the way you treat your leaders is based off the way you treat yourself. So if you don't give yourself grace and patience, will you give your team grace and patience? You won't. This is why at first I was able to build something so big, because I was mean and militant and just very, like, you don't understand trading, then just get off the call. Like I was just very like that. And and hey, guess what? Negative spreads faster than positive. So people like to be talked like that, like talked to like that because of school, because of work, and because of maybe the way that you grew up. And that's not the way. That's not the right way. The way that we're supposed to do everything is with encouragement, with love, with hope, and inspiring others. You create more enemies when you do it the wrong way. You might have some type of result, but it doesn't last that long. This is the reason why. Anybody that shifts and leaves the industry, especially this company, are people who aren't good at building relationships. They're good at launching. Because the moment that any type of digression takes place, any type that some type of pullback takes place, oh, I got to talk to people now. I got to care about people now. Nah, this was all about me. So that way I could post fancy stuff on Instagram so that way I could feel better about myself. Those people leave. The people who become the most successful 10, 15, 20 years are the individuals that no matter what position that you're at, it's a position, doesn't mean that you're better than anybody, that you still can hug someone. You can still be there for someone. You can still listen to someone. Like you're not that special to not give your time to the people that you said that you're going to be there for. Okay. So this is how my journey started. And then we'll go into some practical stuff, because to be very transparent, some people care about the story, but probably 90% of the call is like, what's in it for me? You know, I learned that from Alex Morton. First thing on the call is like, okay, I'm broke. I'm going through it. I'm struggling. You know, like, give me something, please. You know, I need something that can help me with my life. You know, my story started in 2015 for this company, but it even started before that. You know, I did 7 different businesses before this. 7. And that's not a flex. It just means that I was more driven than most people. I'm just kidding. It just means that I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to give up. And why is that? Has anyone ever experienced being around someone who is wealthy, like a really great mentor? You're able to see the way they're able to take care of the kids. You're able to see the way they're able to take care of their spouse. You're able to see their travels. You're able to see how kind, how compassionate. And there's one thing that I heard when I went to ANMP, which is Association for Network Marketing Professionals in Dallas. It was one of my first network marketing events. I didn't want to go because I was like, oh gosh, here we go, network marketers, right? Because, I like real people. The people who become real people are the ones that will have the most success in this business. And there was a family that went up, and it was a kids talking. The kids are a little bit older. NAMP, network, wait, NMA, or network marketing for, I just messed it up. I don't even know what I said. NMAP, Network Marketing Association for Professionals, something like that. But I went there, and they have these 7, 8, 9-figure earners go on stage. Now, these aren't 7, 8, 9-figure earners that were in IM. Jason and Matt were on stage, but majority of them were in different companies. They're in companies that involved shakes, skincare. You guys know Rob Dyrdek? Rob Dyrdek, you guys ever watch this, like Rob Dyrdek? No one watch Ridiculousness. Never seen that before. Never seen Rob and Big. Rob Dyrdek, he owns like majority of Monster. If you saw his face, you'd be able to see he drops a lot of value on his social media now. Very disciplined. Fantasy Factory, like they literally they're riding bikes and doing all this crazy stuff inside of the factory. Anyways, his wife was there because she's in network marketing. She's in a wine company, network marketing. They're trying to talk to all of our people. I was like, yo, calm down. Okay. But these people went on stage, and the family said this, and the family was a little bit older, like 20 something plus years old, like the kids, right? And then the parents were there. And the kids said, for the first 5 years of my life, for the first 5 years of our lives, we never saw our parents. And I was like, okay, this is sad. Like, what's happening here? It's like, we never saw our parents for the first 5 years of our life. But after that, they were there every day for us. They were at every single sports game, every single recital, every single memory, anytime that I was crying, anytime that I needed them. Like, they were just always there for us. And so they're all into the industry because of their work allowed us to actually build these relationships closely, and they're our best friends. And these are like 8, 9-figure earners. And I was like, say less. Like, family loves you, everything, spouse loves you, and you have a big home, and you have this nice, of course, let's do it, And so that stuck with me. Would that stick in your head? Would that be in here nonstop? This is why I don't understand people that quit. I don't understand that people, and I understand if you quit for something better. Shout out, props, 1000%. If you said, I found something, I'm going to be a millionaire, and then they become a millionaire, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But majority of people that I've seen, let's say, leave the industry in the United States, they knock on doors for like solar companies, pest control companies. They're selling knives or something. They're like doing some type of e-commerce or whatever, but not even doing it the right way. Like, they're like doing it to where like a whole bunch of dudes all kick it together, and like, it's different. Okay. There's a right way of doing things. So what I'm saying with this, you got to find who is the people that you see that are the most successful. They're the way that they carry themselves, their life, the way that they lead, everything. Ask about their stories, ask about their life, talk to their family members. I think when I decided to go Chairman Son 50, do you guys know when I decided to go Chairman Son 50? I got it in 2015. So you're probably like, okay, right when you got involved, you're like, Chairman Son 50. Nope, because Chairman Son 50 didn't exist. I didn't really believe in Chairman Son 50 until like 6 months ago. And the reason why I believe in Chairman Son 50 like 6 months ago is when I stayed with Jason Brown. And I spent time being with Matt Rosa, because Matt Rosa lives across the street. You guys know Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, right? Chairman Son 50. You guys better, please. Come on. Show some love to the chairman elites, pretty much. Now, I spent time with them and I watched. Because here's a little tip. You cannot manifest things that you've not yet experienced. It's just a fantasy. You're just like, okay, well, this is the reason why Alex Morton says, go into the car, touch the steering wheel, lick the steering wheel, smell it, like everything. because you get to feel it with all 5 senses. So when I was there, I spent time and I saw, his wife has her own office. He has his own office. They even have a guest office, which that's where I was at, because they had those little things that like go back and forth and make you really calm. And they had like some type of bamboo thing in there. And I was watching how they conducted themselves, how everybody was able to go into the multiple cars to go to church, and that everything was about helping someone and serving someone. He's taking care of his family, taking care of his, of his loved ones. And I said, oh, this is what it creates. This is what it creates. Because if this skill set is only based off of the numbers are important. You need the numbers to track. That's very shallow. There's no feeling involved with that. Trust me, as a trader who's been trading for a while that has a little bit of success, that you have detached yourself from being emotional with your money. Is there anybody? If so, type the number 1. You're just like, oh, money? Okay, cool. What happens if you lose all of it? Whatever. Doesn't matter. That's how you know someone's like finally got to that point. It's like, we put all that money into cryptocurrencies. Like, what happens with the whole thing? I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. Because that's the investor type of mentality. But the moment that you give that money, it's not yours anymore. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. So experience that. Because if you don't experience this, if you don't spend time with the culture, if you don't spend time with mentors, if you don't spend time with individuals who have exactly what you want, all you're going to be doing is working and developing yourself to the level, of your perspective, of what you think is right, of your experiences. And to be very transparent, if you're not Chairman 750, you're not going to have Chairman 750 experiences. If you want to be around top traders, just talk to them, build relationships. Don't go up to them, what trade are you getting in? That provides no value to them. Trust me, I've experienced that. I'll lock myself in a room. People be knocking like, so are you going to use JPY or are you going to take it or not? I'm like, dude, you guys need to leave me alone. Okay. Find out what's their daily routines. What's the way that they think? When you start to do that, you start to really transition. 2015, I got sent a YouTube video from my friend in Temecula, California, a YouTube video. 2015, August. What was everybody doing in August of 2015? Here, let me put it into context here. Jason Brown and Matt Rosa got involved November of 2015. Brandon Boyd around the same time. Started in high school. Oh my gosh. You did that on purpose. Just kidding. So I got sent a YouTube video. I fell in love with trading. I said, I definitely got to get involved. It cost $500 to get involved into IM at that time. There's 2 products, the harmonic scanner and the live trade rooms with Christopher Terry. Christopher Terry was teaching on the London sessions and the New York sessions. $500. How much is it now for the elite? Is it 500? I went to go taxi, pretty much Uber and Lyft, and an hour and a half away. I was sleeping in my car just to make a little bit of money so I could get involved and so I could put money into the brokerage account. Yeah, crazy, right? Is anyone ever like got excited, made a little bit of money, you worked hard, and then you blew that account? And you're like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard to fund an account that was gone in seconds. Anybody? Yeah, that's the growing pains. So in that journey, I said, you know what? I'm going to start studying. I'm going to start finding everything out that I need to know. You want to have success? The most successful people know everything and anything about their craft. Who here wants to be Chairman 750? Does anyone want to be Chairman 750? That must mean that you must know all the educators. I'm not saying know them personally. That'd be cool though, right? To know where they're at, what they teach, how their characters are. It might seem like, oh, that's a little bit too much, effort. Well, then Chairman 750 is too much money. Too much money. If you become an expert and know everything to the best of your ability, you become a savage. For real, because now you just know every single thing about the platform. So I decided, I said, you know what? I started doing that because at that time frame, there was nobody that was teaching that. So I started learning everything. I learned how to download the harmonic scanner, went to the Mac. I started teaching and studying and developing. I volunteered to teach for IM for 2 years with no pay. With no pay. Why? Because I knew that to have proximity to Christopher Terry was more valuable than getting paid. I could not mess that up. Is there anybody here, and you could be transparent, that went all in into this business, you quit for a little bit, and then you came back? There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually very courageous and commendable. If that's you, just type the number 1. Anybody, it's okay. Okay, we have one person, all right? Another person. Let me ask you this question. With that, when you cut yourself off from the mentorship and from the community, what value were you receiving from the life that you chose instead? See, sometimes you got to step away from things to realize what you had the whole time, right? All of a sudden, you're like, wait, okay, what do we talk about? What do we talk about? Like, what do we talk about? Like, what do you guys talk about if it's not involved entrepreneurship? What does Germany talk about? You talk about football? Anybody into football? No? I've been researching a lot about football. I ain't gonna lie. I've been researching a lot about Bayern. I've been researching a lot about, what's going on in England. Why? Because my goal is to build internationally and to be able to connect with everybody. And plus, I want to go to a game. So when you leave, you realize, oh, this association thing is not just a pitch. It's not just something to say. You're the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Sign up. There's actually a real thing. Whoever you spend time with, the conversations that take place dictate the trajectory of where you're going. If you're hanging out with people that says, what is the goal for today? Let's knock this out. Let's run this play today. Then all of a sudden you're going to do the exact same thing. So I immersed myself into the community, spent time with Chris, spent time with Jason, spent time with Matt, spent time with Alex. Alex came, he got involved, 2016? Long story short, I was teaching. I was a London session educator. I'm now the onboarding orientation educator, so I don't teach on the London sessions anymore. I teach that 5 days a week. I was able to hit the Chairman 25 position. Chairman 25 position. It might not seem like that much to you, but it's a lot to me. I'm grateful for it, appreciative of it. Does anyone want Chairman 25 right now? If I could just snap fingers, we'd be like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. The other question is this. If I gave you Chairman 750 money, can you handle the responsibilities of 750 right now? Like right now. So that's why I knew as an onboarding orientation educator, what do I have to start to do? Dress the part willingly. Speak like a professional, learn how to communicate, to be able to have clear messages. And I knew that as I do that, my income increases. Now, let's get into this. The story time is done because who cares? Like, I want to give you guys the practical stuff, right? That's where I'm at right now. I'm 2 chairwomen away. This is practical right now from Chairman 100. 2 individuals at Chairman 100. Okay. Now, what do I believe that I am right now? Chairman 750. So I already believe that it's done. I'm just telling you what the practical thing is, but I'm telling you what I'm saying, what I'm declaring, what I feel, what I see in my head. If I see 187, 500 every single day, if I just see that, experience that, visualize traveling and building relationships. But this is all about connection and community. For the people here that become the most successful, how many calls have you done for, let's say, individuals and high quality too, that had no effect on your own personal business? Like, these are all these things. And guess what you get from it? You want to know the selfish part? You get to make new friends. You get to build relationships. You get to, wait a minute. Isn't to be able to have more, we must give more? So if you want to have more in your life, how much are you giving? Complimenting someone. How are you? How much are you listening? What's going on with your life? How much, if someone says, I'm having some problems with anxiety, I have this podcast that helped me. You could just send a video. I have a buddy that was writing me about his brain and how he's having a difficult time. I sent him a video of a neuroscientist, Dr. Caroline Leaf, and Pastor Stephen Furtick. You know, it doesn't take that much effort to give out, and that could change their entire life. So I've noticed that by giving and serving and loving and giving and serving and loving, giving and serving, your whole life changes exponentially. Does everybody understand that so far? All right, let's go into the wealth mindset, because we're going to go on. It's going to be for trading and it's going to be for residuals. Point number one, I'm going to lose track of the numbers. So it's going to get, it's up to you to organize it. I might be like point number one. All right. 3 points later. Point number one, gratitude. I'm watching faces now. Reason why I'm watching faces is because when you hear gratitude, like, here we go. Okay. Did he talk to Alex? Did he talk to Jason? Did he talk to rest in peace, Bob Proctor? Like, gratitude. Here we go. Gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude doesn't work, Chris. It doesn't work. Every time I'm grateful, like, it's just like, well, honestly, with your dialogue, if that's the way that it is, you're not grateful. Gratitude is a feeling, not a statement. Does everyone understand that? So one of the things I learned from this successful entrepreneur, his name is David Meltzer. He said, be grateful for what you have, but be grateful for what you haven't received yet, what you're going to receive. So let's practice some gratitude. Let's practice some gratitude. Gratitude, another word for that could be mindfulness. And another word for that could be being present. And if you want another statement for that, looking for what's good in everything. So I'll give an example, something very practical right now. Mindfulness. There's 117 people in this call. 117 people in this call. 117 stories. 117 different challenges and obstacles. 117 pain, like painful experiences. But also 117 people that they decided to make a decision to learn more, to become more, and to take care of their families, take care of their loved ones. Be grateful for that. There's people here right now, you're on this call. You have technology. You have Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi right now, you're still on data. It don't matter. You have access to the internet. Like, you have access to, like, look at all these beautiful faces. I see some people, they got their goals on their back, you know. I see you got family members inside the call. You know, I got loved ones next to each other. You know, like, think about that. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Because when you focus, I could go heavy into the problems right now, but if you focus on what's here right now, all of a sudden it starts to shift. And if you do like a research where they could scan your entire body, you have frequencies 3 meters out. They get frequencies. You're emitting frequencies constantly at all times. What are you emitting right now? What are you emitting? We could talk about how everything went wrong. We could talk about how if this person did this, and if this educator, or if this chairman, or if this, but at the end of the day, they don't have your hands. They don't have your feet. They don't have your mouth. They can't work for you. They could guide you. Why do we get mad at, let's say, what mentors tell us to do, of the things that we don't do, but we blame them as if they're supposed to do it for us? That doesn't make any sense. Even everything. Does anyone have tea or coffee today? Anyone have tea or coffee today? Who loves coffee? Anyone love coffee? I love coffee. Water, even just water. Like, here's a practice that I was saying. So you guys understand the gratitude, right? This goes into it. I was teaching this the other day about self-actualization, intentional self-actualization. What does this mean? It means to have some time in the morning where you look forward to the things that you're going to do that day that progress you, that make you better. I'll give an example. I wake up, I'm grateful, I'm thinking about everything. I said, all right, just whenever that time frame that you have, you sit there, Okay, I have this call today at 11. Or like, it's 11 my time. 11. There's people that's about to be on this call that I could help, that I could share. I'm so excited for that. I also have a call before that. I have a call at 9 to onboard new student. There's people that are brand new that made that first step, and I'm the first face that they see. Blessed. I get to give all the value that I could give to help them. Gym. I'm excited. I do a lot of fasting. Food. Anyone love food? I'm so excited to eat right after this call. So excited to eat food. Right? We got some people eating right now. Make me hungry. No, I'm just kidding. She's probably like, what the heck? Stalking me. But no, so think about it, I'm excited to eat. I'm excited to eat. And then what do I have after that? I have the gym. I'm excited to work out. I'm excited to work on myself. Guess what else I'm excited for? I got a haircut appointment at 3:30. I'm not chopping this off, by the way. I'm only like tapering this, but I'm growing it out like past my shoulders, by the way, for anyone that's curious. Obviously, you're not curious, but I just wanted to let you know what's going on with my hair. Now, I'm excited for that, right? I'm excited. Then I got a call happening at 5, which is the stream. Then I have a workshop tonight where people that I work with directly are putting potential friends that need help, that are struggling, and I get to show them this entire plan. I get to show them everything. I literally, I do the way I do it now is I do a workshop. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. You guys can be able to take it. I do a workshop. So I do FRX keys. So they leave with something. So they leave with trading view. They leave with knowing how to draw charts. They leave with the exchanges. I show them the difference of exchanges they could get involved in for cryptos, but I won't tell them what to get into. I said, this is just what I like. You choose. I help them with their Phantom wallet, their MetaMask, help them with all these things that are valuable pieces of information. So even if they don't get involved, they have something. That's the mindset of a billionaire, because a billionaire always gives, always serves, always takes care of their customer. So even if they don't get plugged in, they're like, well, I got my Phantom wallet set up. I know where to go. I got my MetaMask set up. I have like, these are the exchanges I could look at. This is trading view. You show me how to put up, different currency pairs, digital currencies, show me OpenSea, show me the NFT marketplace and whatnot. And then I break down the platform, I show them everything. I get to do that tonight. I'm excited about that. And guess where I'm going tomorrow? Hawaii. So I'm really excited for that. I'm going to Hawaii for 7 days. So the reason why I'm saying this is when you focus on what is happening today that I could be grateful for, that involves some type of progress in my life, you find so many things. But be honest, how many people here have used Go Live, used this business, and you dread it at times? I got to go on Go Live. All right, I'm going to go on Go Live for today. All these educators have all this information that could help me. I can't believe I got to go on this right now. That's the mentality that we go onto. We go into a training. There's probably some people, and there's nothing wrong. You're just human. We're just human. That before you came onto the call, I was like, okay, we got this call. We're always doing calls. We're always doing trainings. I got to go on the call. Like, they're going to get mad if I don't have my video on. And then you go on the call, and then we change the vibration, change the frequency. Like, wow, this is actually powerful. This is good information. Hopefully. That you're like, man, Chris should cut his hair. I don't like his hair long. Maybe you're thinking that. I don't know. But does everybody understand this? Like, can you do that in the morning? It changes the way that you walk into your things, the way that you walk into your practices. If you don't think about it, and you have the ability to, like, you have to think that you control this body. This body is an animal that you must tame. Your soul, your mind is the one that's holding the leash. So we control this flesh. Seriously, we do. Now, everybody understand that gratitude part. So now you could be grateful, self-actualization. Now then you can get really good at this. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. He said, get really good with this with your eyes closed. Then you can get really good with it while your eyes are open, which is scary. You ever seen someone sleep with their eyes open? Scary. Has anyone ever seen that before? It freaked me out the first time I saw it. Insane. But anyways, what was I even talking about? I was just thinking about my friend with his eyes open. It scared me. Does anyone know? I literally lost my train of thought. Trying to see if anyone's paying attention. What was I talking about? I think nobody was paying attention. We're all in the same boat. Okay. Anyways, we're talking about actualization, gratitude, visualization. Thank you. So, what I mean by visualization is you can drive with your eyes open. Okay, don't close your eyes. With your eyes open, feeling what it feels like to be driving something else. Being grateful. I'm grateful for that Tesla truck. I am. I'm grateful for that home. I'm grateful to walk around and that my children have their own rooms. You know, I have like a little, like an own area, like a casita or something, or an area where I could just work on the business and just, be able to separate where I could say, okay, I could go to work here. I could just see it, the experiences. You could literally be driving and think about this. You could be visualizing, wow, holidays, being able to fly everybody out to one location, being able to have that experience. Nobody has to pay for anything, worry about anything. We just focus on the memory and focus on the experience. Like you could visualize that. For anyone that visualizes being a top trader, think about, like for me, the way that I visualize this, I feel like I will get up, get so excited, like might break my laptop or something. I don't know, just too hyped to be clearing 1 million per trade. You just close out that trade, 10 million, 12 million. This is actually how I would act. I would literally click it, close it, and I would cry. I would literally be crying. I would cry. I'm not gonna. I'll stop being all manly. I'm gonna break things. Like no, I'll sit there just weeping in gratitude and appreciation, and being like, this makes no sense. Like to the point that I would want to like give half of it away or something. Because it just doesn't make any sense. How life could turn to be so good, to be so great, and you start to get good at that. And what happens is what Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches with epigenetics and whatnot is that our environments, right? Exactly. Our environments dictate our thoughts, which dictate our feelings and emotions. But if we get really good with our eyes closed and with our eyes open, of feeling the emotions of the things that have not yet happened yet, we're skipping a step. We don't need the environment because we're creating it. Does everybody understand that? So when you spend that time, you can't spend that much time when you're always listening to music, doing it. You can't spend that much time. You already have so much to do today. You got to organize, you got to develop, you got to go to your skill, you have your structure, everything, and being overly stimulated, it doesn't allow you to think and problem solve. And it doesn't give you the time to visualize and to create. Does everybody understand that? That's why, like, literally, I was telling you, like, I would cry. I'm like literally feeling the emotions of what I would feel like doing that, because when I clicked that button, I know how much pain that it took to have that become a reality. I know how much sacrifice that it took. To this day, even in the position I'm at today, I get rejected all the time for this business. You guys understand that, right? I get rejected all the time. We just had a person sign up on the elite package, cancel without telling us yesterday. And it still happens all the time. It's a normal thing. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because for some reason, actually there is a reason, you think that the top educators, chairman or chairwoman, are perfect. You think that, okay, their social media on point, on fleek, fire. Wow, so cool. That they don't, and the main reason why is because they don't express it. They don't talk about it. I deal with it all the time. I deal with the doubt comes into my head, but I don't let it live there. Does everybody understand that? It comes into my head. It's like, oh man, I'm discouraged for a little bit. Am I ever going to be 10% 50? Like, I'm discouraged for a little bit. I think it, I feel it, I give it to God. I said, wait, I know what God has for me. I know what God has for everybody here. So, and it's far better than what we could ever imagine. And some people think that it's not true, but it's true. You guys understand that, right? It's true. You guys have like a crazy plan that God has for you. It's so insane what he has. Now, for the mindfulness aspect of things, you just create a time that you can meditate And how do you meditate? You just close your eyes when you're not driving, and just let go and just breathe and just let your brain just do what it does. I just did an Instagram live before this. And I said, if you take your laptop and you put yourself into like a workshop of like your own type of workshop where it's like, it's just you against you. And he said, I want to smash Chairman 750. I'm literally going to stay in this office or in this coffee shop all day today. I'm going to eat. I'm just going to sit here. No music, no social media, and just sit. Yeah, there's going to be times where you're going to be like 10 minutes. You're going to be like, man. And you're going to be like tripping. You're going to be bored. Then you're going to start thinking of things. Your brain's going to be like, okay, how do I organize this? Let me fix my notes. Let me delete these pictures. Let me delete these videos off my phone. Let me create a structure. Let me organize the list of customers that I'm responsible for. Let me focus on, okay, who are the sessions that I'm watching on a consistent basis? Okay, what are the time frames? Like, and you start doing all this and you sit there and we are so powerful. God created us so good that you will literally start to organize everything because you have the intention of just like sitting there and being like, okay, what can I do for this business to work? Does everybody understand that? You got to have a good relationship with boredom. You have to have a good relationship with nothingness, because within nothing is where everything is created. God created the world from what? Nothing. Nothing. So revelation piece right there, from nothing, something is created. But if we're always doing something, how can we create anything? How can we create anything? Like, we have watched, for majority of people in this call, the creations, the beautiful masterpieces, the beautiful art pieces that is installed in this app called TikTok, right? We sit there like, haha, hee, it was funny. It's all cool, inspiration, travel, that's nice. What are you doing? Visualizing. Just visualizing. We sit there and we don't really have that time to like use the day to create what we want to create. So does everyone understand that? The mindfulness, the gratitude, being grateful for everything that has not yet happened yet, and to structure everything out. I'm going to give you another tip. Check this out. I'm going to drop this link into the chat. And there's this guy. I'm like, this is how I believe that God works in the most normal ways. So I think that like the search stuff that happens on YouTube is like from God. You know, times like, oh, this is what I need to see. Look at this. And first, like, I don't think that's possible. I was like, so you think that's impossible for God? What the? So this is a YouTube video. And I put this on also the onboarding. And there's this guy who's probably the most organized person I've ever seen on social media, on YouTube. Have you guys ever seen this guy before? And he breaks down his productivity system broken down into these categories.
The productivity system split into the 6 categories of
these 6 categories:
communicate, consume, capture, create, and other miscellaneous.
He didn't even let us see it all. Whatever. But you guys saw that. He breaks everything down. The reason why I'm showing you this is because whatever problems that you have for your life, for your business, it's a signal to go research on how to fix it. How many people here had a problem with something, went on YouTube University, books, whatever, and now you are like very knowledgeable about that specific subject? Like, I was a hater to like sleeping. I was like, sleep? All right, whatever. And then my wife always told me how important it is and like the keys and the factors and everything. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to listen. So I started going on YouTube, started researching TED Talks, like started going on all these different pieces of information. And I got scared of not sleeping because of all the bad things that happen to you when you don't sleep. Like, fun fact, did you know that I put it in my reels and stuff, but when you don't sleep, if you get 5 hours of sleep, 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you have the same testosterone of someone who is 10 years older than you. 10 years older than you. Okay? 10 years older than you. Another thing that happens when you don't sleep is you lose your memory. Because around like the 7 to 8 hour mark, your brain stores from whatever happened that day, goes into like a filing system, and it becomes stored in your brain. So imagine learning for like a year, but only sleeping 4 to 5 hours. What are you really retaining? Like, isn't that crazy? And where did that stem from? Having a problem. So write this down. Turn your problems, and then on the right of it, put a dash solution. Man, I don't sleep that well. Well, let me find out. Like, people ask me, they say, what's the best book that I could read? I don't know. What are you struggling with the most? Like, it has to, like, the way that you're designed and the way that things happen to you is like superpowers, because it's only specific to you. Now, you might have went through some type of same emotions, but there's certain things, everybody here all together as a whole, working on the problems in our life and finding the solutions for it, then all coming together. Do you know how powerful this culture is and will be? Because we're all working on ourselves in all these different areas of our lives. You know, someone's like, man, I don't know anything about fitness. That's the best place to be, because then now you learn about everything about fitness. For real. And we have to get outside of ourselves. Who is insecure? You're insecure around rich people, wealthy people, insecure about people who aren't in shape, insecure, you know, when you're around people who are better communicators. What does insecure mean? That means you're secure only within yourself. You're secure only within yourself. But when you understand and you're secure with God, that means that you know that you're loved unconditionally no matter what. There's nothing that you could do, anything bad or anything good, that could change the love that God has for you. So when you operate from that perspective, you're like, oh, wait a minute. And everyone's like, well, that's not true. Why is that not true? Because the people you hang out with treat you like crap. That's the people you choose to hang out with. So anybody here that wants to get good at fitness, hang out with people who make you uncomfortable about how good they are at fitness, that also want to help you as well. Shortcut. Someone is a good communicator. Spend time with somebody who's really good at communicating and just be around them, watch them, observe them. Like, we learn a lot through observation, trading, etc., all that type of stuff. Okay. You guys have that link, right, for the YouTube video? That right there is like that. Here's the thing about leadership. Leadership is putting people in a room or putting them in position to get far valuable information from someone else or from another person, even if it's not you. So I'm telling you that video has more value than what I provided to you right now. And I'm okay with that. You guys understand that, right? Practical value, like literally pieces of information, not possible, right? But literally, like, so much valuable information that's there. All right. So let's kind of recap and give a couple of key points. I want to do like a Q&A of struggles. So you guys understand gratitude for right now, gratitude for what hasn't happened yet. And gratitude is a feeling. It's not just a statement. You know how many people say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am not in this business anymore, and they're not in this business. Like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm chairwoman. They're not in this business anymore, because it was a statement. It wasn't a feeling. Okay. What else we talk about? Self-actualization, having time in the morning where you look forward towards the things of that day. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this call. That will be a difference maker for you. The reason why it'll be a difference maker is because then you'll show up on the calls with your video on already, with the coffee, just like, I'm looking forward to this. The days that you don't, you're like, oh, I forgot, there's a call. And then like your video's off and you're just like chilling. Okay. What else did we talk about? We talked about a lot. We talked about encouragement, unconditional love, you know, hope, you know, building each other up. We talked about all that type of stuff. We talked about, the one thing that I want to talk about is the power of today, right? Because for everybody, like I said, there's a sermon that I was listening to from Pastor Judah Smith. He said the power of today. If you're, let's say you're married, you can't be married 22 years right now. You could only be married today. If you want to be a successful trader, you want to make 12 million per trade, you can only do your trade today. Like, this right here will give you so much peace of mind. I've always wondered how to have peace of mind, especially in this business. And how do I get peace of mind, man? How do I get this peace that comes from God? Like, how? And then it teaches that literally Jesus didn't teach about the strength for tomorrow, the strength for yesterday. He talked about the strength for today. because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And tomorrow will take care of itself. And for everybody's like, I don't believe that. Really? You're still here. You're still breathing. You still eat food. Oh, so many times in your life that you're like, tomorrow, it's just not, I'm done, you know? And that's not to desensitize what you've been through, but you're here, right? So what does that mean? One of the things that he said was, there's a cup, right? What is this for? What is a cup for? What if I literally had this cup upside down and I poured water on top of it? And then just was like, I don't know, being like a little cat and like drinking the water off the top of the cup. Would you think that I was crazy? You think that I was crazy, right? You'd be like, dude, I don't know if I want to follow him anymore. This dude is weird, really weird. But how do you know what the purpose is of the cup? I don't know. Ask the creator. Who made this cup? Who made this cup? So whoever made the cup, they made it for what purpose? So who made you? And so what does that mean? Why don't you talk to the person, the entity, the beingness of who created you to find out what your purpose is? So what is your purpose? Does everybody understand that? But for everyone's like, I don't think that I have a purpose. You exist. You exist, which means that the creator still has a purpose for you. But here's how we mess it up. We give all the excuses of why we're not good enough. We give all the excuses of why we're not smart enough. We give all the excuses of how we can't learn. And what's crazy is the way that God designed our brain is that whatever we state and even feel, it creates that pathway in the brain to create shortcuts. So it's easier to do what you're saying. So if you say I can't learn, brain's like, oh, I can't learn. Well, shortcut, can't learn. Cut off all the neural paths that allow you to learn fast. But if you start to say, you know what, I'm gonna start reading books. I'm gonna start reading slow. I'm a fast learner. I'm going to learn everything. I'm going to be curious about every type of information. Your brain starts firing off areas of your brain that you've never used before. And all of a sudden, you become an educator. All of a sudden, you're top 6, 7, 8 figure. It doesn't mean that you're better. It just means you made a decision. The decision changes the neural paths in your brain. Make the decision. Make the decision. So worry about today. Oh man, but I want to be chairman now. Well, all you can control is what do you post on social media today that provides value, and how many relationships have you built today, and how many people have you showed the plan to today? I could do that. You could do that, right? Who feels peace of mind just from that alone? Can everyone do that? Just focus on what is your trades for today? What trades do you want to draw today? Focus on whatever your strategy is. Just focus on today. Focus on your constant. You could only focus on an Instagram live, a reel, a post, you know, like that's all you can do is focus on today. And how many friends can you build relationships with today? How many people can you check up on? How many people can you call to get onto the call just for today? Don't worry about tomorrow. Just forget about tomorrow. Just today. And someone's like, but I don't know about tomorrow. Create that culture. It's like, hey, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Focus on today. Who here feels that this gives peace of mind? Anybody? I'm not in good shape. Yeah, but you could go to the gym today. Maybe not tomorrow, but you could go today though. You know, you could go for a walk today. Like you do all those things. I'm gonna give one practical key of information to blow up your entire business. You ready? How many go live sessions are there throughout the week pertaining to what skill that you chose? So let's say you chose DCX. How many educators, or how many, give or take, how many do you think sessions happen per week? How many sessions? You got 13 educators. Well, yeah, I'm curious because obviously, well, majority of people here speak English, hopefully. I hope there's not one person that calls like, I'll say, dang, I ain't got no translator. Around 30 sessions, 30 to 50 sessions, okay? Now, let's leave it at this. Let's leave it there. 30 to 50 sessions. Let's say 30. I'm actually sharing this later on the call. So 30 sessions. If you study, let's say you do personal development, spiritual development, whatever you got valuable information from, we're like, oh, cool, I'm gonna share this on Reels. Oh, cool, I'm gonna put this in my notes so I can create a caption. Oh, and I'm gonna go on Instagram Live and talk about it. One piece of information that you learn, even if it's about productivity. If today you just like, oh, I learned about productivity from the video that Chris sent. Oh, I'm gonna do a reel about it, about what I learned and what I'm gonna apply. Oh, I'm gonna put a caption about productivity. Oh, I'm gonna go on Instagram Live and talk about, the things that I've learned. You're sharing. That's value, right? That's value. Now, here's the part for building even more of the business, because that builds the business a lot. You have 30 sessions. When you first saw and became interested within the platform, be transparent. It's because you saw what? Charts, trading, crypto, something that involved what we do. So we have got to a place where people know you based off value and whatnot, but they don't even know what you do. Because when they ask, yo, what do you do? Oh, well, I'm actually in a rush right now, but when people ask me what I do, is like I provide a service. I plug people into like a digital lifestyle platform, in the likes of like Skillshare and Masterclass. We've really transitioned to that. Oh, that sounds interesting. It's like, oh, really? Would that be something that you're interested in looking at? Different, right? So 30 sessions. Now, in those 30 sessions, is there valuable pieces of information? What is the longest that you could put for a reel in a TikTok? How long? 1 minute. 10 minutes? On what platform is that? For real? Are you verified? What's going on? We gotta do a duet or something. You gotta get me verified. It's new for TikTok or for Reels? TikTok. That's interesting. I guess I gotta create one now. So check this out. 30 sessions. Nick Gomez comes on tonight, NFT Tuesday. What is he talking about? You can literally do clips of that session, but always make sure that you're talking about it. I say, okay, well, today, Nick Gomez was breaking down some powerful keys today, and he showed little glimpses. So he's talking about market speculation, different tokens in the metaverse, all this. And what's crazy is this whatever key of information that he shared, and you put it up. That's it. That's 30 reels and TikTok per week combined with the value pieces that you give out. So now people are going to reach out to you. What is that? Tokenomics. What is that? Confused. What is this NTF thing? What is that? It's a picture of a monkey. Why is it that much? Why is it that much? It makes no sense. I was like, it doesn't make sense, right? But is that something that you're interested in, like learning? Like you want to learn about this stuff? I was like, yeah. Like, perfect. Come on to the workshop. So that right there will blow up your business. And that's something that people are missing because everybody here is secret agents and spies and just like hiding. They don't want people to know. What do you do? Shh. Go on the call. Like, yo, what do you do? Just go on the call, man. Just go on the call. It's visual. You got to see it to understand it. It's like a haircut. You got to show up to get it. And it's like, what? I'm confused. Like, now you have your stuff there. People know what you do in a sense. And honestly, we don't even show people the value that these educators even give out in the first place. So people don't even like think about it. Think about all the valuable pieces of information that are all the information pieces that honestly would get people involved and they would trust you and they would respect you because they're like, whoa, this is something that I didn't even think about. Because the only thing that they see majority of the time is PowerPoints. And majority of things they see all the time is just little snippets. Okay. 30 pieces of information. That's pretty much it. I have time a little bit. Let's do like, I don't know, 3 questions. Anybody choose 3 questions of something that you're struggling with. My struggle getting out of the bed right when the alarm rings. Interesting. That will be not part of the 3 questions, but I'll answer that because that's pretty easy. This is what I would do in the Army. Take a big speaker, like a really big one. I got one big one from Costco, like a huge one, like this big. Put it on the other side of the room. Connect the aux cord to your phone. Get an adapter thing, whatever, or Bluetooth, I don't know. Put your alarm on to that speaker. You gotta wait. You definitely got. You want to hear that the whole time. You want to hear that alarm with a loudspeaker, and you're just like, oh, like there's no way. Like the first second, as soon as it goes off, you already freak out. You got to get up and like turn it off. That's what I'd do in the Army. I would literally do that in the Army. Like literally, I would walk there. I would have water ready, headphones, and I would go outside and start going for a walk and start listening to Bob Proctor. That's what I'll do for real. Now, 3 questions of something that you're struggling with. Ask anything. There's no judgment. Anything that you're struggling with. This is the time. It's like, man, I wish there's an opportunity to get, oh, I'm struggling with this. I just wish I had an answer. Ask that question. Like you can't heal what you hide. How do you boost your confidence? Okay. First one was confident. How to deal with the fear of stop losses. Proper risk management. Mic drop on that one, right? How to stay stable after you quit your job, overtraining. Okay. How do you boost your confidence? All right. Here's a couple of keys on how to boost your confidence. Become knowledgeable about what you're talking about. That's one bullet point. Become very knowledgeable about what you're talking about. Number 2, gain as much valuable pieces of information that you're going to apply into your life that you can share with others, because you have things to give now. You become very confident when you can help others and when you can give to others. Number 3, which I feel should be number 1, church life. What do you believe? Church community. Be around in a place where people are worshiping. Be around a place where people just want to pray for you just because you exist. It doesn't make any sense, but it helps. It helps. It helps build the confidence. And then it changes your heart. Your heart becomes sort of people and wanting to help people. Try going to church. Stay when they say everybody come for prayer and watch everyone's faces that go up there. Watch how many people cry. Watch how many people break. Watch how many people are in pain. Watch how many people are going through depression. And you realize how selfish you are as a person when the whole world is broken. So your church community, church life. Last piece, number 4, is the non-stimulation thing. When you don't scroll, you don't listen to music, unless it's like worship music or whatever. You need stimulation. So you're gonna want to talk to people. People become your social media. Like for real, you'll be like in your eye contact and the way you speak, it becomes very intense. You're just very like close and like, oh, okay, interesting. You start to ask questions about other people and just really be there for them, So if you want to summarize that, that's just pretty much just dopamine detox. Get away from stimulation. Okay. How to stay stable after you quit your job. Just don't quit your job. Just kidding. How to stay stable after you quit your job. Go find different ways of creating income. Go to get a job again. I'm serious. You need stability. Because if not, you're just going to be over here just like, you got to join or else I'm going to not eat. Like, and they're like, yo, calm down, man. Like, you can't really be about others. So go find things, whether you want to Uber, Lyft, or you want to, do whatever. Like, it's okay. You can call me Derrick. That's what they call me in the Army. Think about it. Like literally find all the different ways, streams of income that you could do. And also be ready to work hard. Have a good work ethic. Like people are like, oh, I could make that money, but I don't want to work. I don't want to work 8 hours. Well, if you're not working 8 hours in the business, then definitely you got to go back to getting a job. So need some type of stream. So go get your job back or something. But anyways, I'm being serious. Get a job. What was your effective or effective effort to be successful? What was your effective effort to be successful? Honestly, just submission to mentorship. Even if I didn't like the people, I just listened to them. If they had a result in a specific area that I liked, doesn't mean that I was gonna want to be their characteristics. I just say, oh, they're really good at making money. Let me how they make money. Let me get mentorship of how they make money. Someone could be like a douchebag, but they're really good in the gym. Hey, what's your workouts? I don't see them as a douchebag. I just see it as a person who's really good at working in the gym. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you really shortcut your way to be successful. And also that side note that I told you about going on YouTube for everything that you're struggling with. Anyone want to get better at public speaking? TED Talks about public speaking. It's like so much valuable pieces of information that's just there for you. Over trading, a simple step for over trading. Commit to not trading for 30 days. Yeah, then you'll see if you're attached to it. I gotta trade. You guys are trading over there? Like, what do you guys? But that's my mainstream income. Well, make some good trades that you can live off for 30 days, and those time frames is how I became successful, because I went back into the practice. That doesn't mean that I wasn't gonna draw, by the way. That's torture. I would draw everything for 30 days with no trading, just drawing, no emotional attachment, investment into it. I would just draw. And it was like, oh, cool, sweet. It happened. Nice. Oh, sweet. It didn't happen. Consolidation. That's interesting. But remember, one trade could take away, like, you understand that. So I would feel so lost without trading 30 days. It's a piece of me. Well, that's fine. That's only if you're struggling with over trading. If you're making profits and you're doing okay, your mental health is fine, you're not over trading. You're just really good at it. So if you're over trading, it's creating a problem, or it's damaging your relationships, and it's damaging your friendships, and it's damaging your business or whatever. Like, you got to fix yourself, and that's it. Thank you for this opportunity. So I appreciate you guys. And it's time to eat. We got to prepare. We got to stick to the schedule and knock things out. And let's get after it. I believe in you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Is there anyone that's going to Glendale, or are you guys just going to Dubai? Okay, if you're going to Glendale, type the number 1. Excuse me. Okay. I live in Arizona. Yeah, so it's like 20 minutes away from me. Okay, number one. All right, cool. Type of number 2 if you're going to Dubai. Dang, you guys are ready. Like, well, I will see you guys at both. Okay. So pictures, hugs, everything, let's all connect and whatnot. And if you guys need anything while you're here, have your leaders talk to me. So, good spots to eat, whatever, all that type of stuff. If you guys need help with a mastermind, collaborate with the other leaders and whatnot. So I'm not just going to everyone, just like have one big German mastermind, like, just for real. Let's just do that. Let's knock it out. You guys down for that? All right, sweet. So, and it was like, oh, how did you get Chris to mastermind? And they're like, I don't know, is it Janina? Like, is that how you pronounce it? Like, it's her fault. She's the reason why, and what's his name? Because, like, that was the first time I got reached out on. Is it Simon? Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? So it's their fault that there's a huge mastermind. So let's get after it. I'm excited. And for everyone that's not going, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Sit there and be like I'm this and I'm that. No one ever said that. It just means like, hey, like, just lock in and do what you got to do. So that way you're at the next ones and, you're there. All right. But let's get after it. Yeah, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support always. I think you guys are all the views on my videos. Like, I'm serious. So let's get it.
Wow, Chris, oh my God. Leute, lasst uns mal diese Chatbox ganz kurz voll machen mit Deutschlandflaggen. Lasst uns mal diese Chatbox kurz voll machen mit Deutschlandflaggen. Lasst uns ihm einfach mal zeigen, dass Deutschland da ist, dass Deutschland ihn schätzt. Appreciate your time so much, Chris. I've just like, I have so many notes. I have to like read them again. I have to implement them. So appreciate you. You can just see like how much the German squad loves you. We are ready to meet you in Glendale, in Dubai also. So appreciate you, your time and your offer with the mastermind. I'm not gonna forget that one. So I'm gonna see you in Dubai and Glendale. So can't wait to meet you in person. Appreciate your time. Have a great day. Und dann würde ich sagen, ihr Lieben, ich stoppe einmal die Aufzeichnung. Ich habe gerade irgendwas